Question 835. Prior to burning trash on one's property, the blank should be notified. A. Local Air District. B. The Federal Housing Agency, FHA. C. The Police Department. D. The Real Estate Commissioner. Correct answer is A. Local Air District. In California, the formal name for this agency is the Air Resources Board of the State Environmental Protection Agency. Question 836. To satisfy the statute of frauds, a listing agreement must A. Be in writing and signed by the seller and broker. B. Be in writing and signed by the seller. C. Be notarized. D. Does not have to be in writing, because it can be accomplished in less than a year. Correct answer is B. Be in writing and signed by the seller. According to the statute of frauds, a listing agreement must be in writing and signed by the seller. The broker's signature is not required, nor must it be notarized. Question 837. Which of these creates an agency relationship? A. Ratification. B. Estoppel. C. Express agreement. D. All of the above. Correct answer is D. All of the above. Any of these answer options could create an agency relationship. Question 838. The longest period of time during which a farm can be leased is A. 10 years. B. 25 years. C. 51 years. D. There is no limit on lease term duration for farms. Correct answer is C. 51 years. The maximum lease on farm property is 51 years. For urban property, it is 99 years. Question 839. The main goal of secured transaction laws is to A. To provide notice to future lenders. B. To ensure creditors take speedy possession of collateral. C. To regulate tax collection on real estate transactions. D. To educate debtors on their rights versus the lending industry. Correct answer is A. To provide notice to future lenders. Secured transactions rules function as a notice system for any subsequent investor that the first lender has pre-existing rights in a piece of collateral which would take priority over theirs. Question 840. In 1925, a subdivision had a restriction enacted prohibiting property purchasers from ever reselling the property to members of the Jewish faith. Presently, the restrictions, A. Enforceable, if a new purchaser agrees to follow it. B. Enforceable, if a majority of the current owners in the subdivision have agreed to follow it. C. Enforceable, but if an owner dies, the property can be left in a will to anyone. D. Unenforceable under any circumstances. Correct answer is D. Unenforceable under any circumstances. Restrictions, also known as CC&Rs or covenants, conditions and restrictions, based on race and religion are illegal. Question 841. Joe, who has not yet obtained his real estate license, is an employee of a real estate brokerage. While studying for the real estate exam, he can legally perform the following agency-related activities, except A. Search the MLS for new listings. B. Create a brochure for an open house. C. Keep client records organized. D. Show properties to prospective clients. Correct answer is D. Show properties to prospective clients. It violates BRE guidelines for an unlicensed individual to procure prospects or answer questions about a specific property that arise while showing a property. Question 842. The duties of a property manager include A. Creating an operating budget. B. Collecting rent. C. Conducting evictions. D. All of the above. Correct answer is D. All of the above. A property manager is a third party hired by the owner to handle the daily operations of a real estate investment. Question 843. For a lease to be properly recorded in the country recorder's office, the lessor must A. Have the lessee sign the lease. B. Acknowledge the lease. C. Notarize the lease. D. File the lease in triplicate. Correct answer is B. Acknowledge the lease. Acknowledgement refers to when the lessor confirms before a legal witness that his signature is genuine and voluntary. An unacknowledged deed may be valid but cannot be recorded. There is no requirement for the lessor to sign the document. Question 844. Mary wants to erect a 10-foot wall around her home to keep out intruders. Before construction starts, she should find out if this would violate A. Zoning laws, B. Restrictions, C. Both A and B. Building codes. Correct answer is C. Both A and B. Both zoning ordinances and restrictions should be consulted regarding the acceptable height of the proposed wall. Question 845. Owner Oliver was given an offer by purchaser Paul to buy his condominium apartment. In the written offer, Paul specified that Oliver had a deadline of 2 weeks to consider it. 20 days later, after a competing offer fell through, Oliver accepted Paul's offer, which the listing broker communicated to Paul. The contract between the parties is A. Not binding, because the offer automatically expired after the 2-week deadline elapsed. B. Binding, because there has been a mutual meeting of minds. C. Binding, because Paul did not verbally revoke his offer. D. Not binding, because Oliver's late acceptance created a counter-offer that now must be accepted or rejected by Paul. Correct answer is A. Not binding, because the offer automatically expired after the 2-week deadline elapsed. Purchase contract offers typically spell out the time frame for acceptance, and an offer will terminate if not responded to within that period. Note, though, that a potential buyer may revoke his offer at any time. Question 846. Option contracts will be binding on the optioner, if A. As mutually agreed on consideration between the parties, pool cleaning services worth $100 are provided by the optionee to the optioner. B. The parties agree to consideration of $5,000 in cash, but it is never delivered to the optioner. C. The object of the contract is the construction of an illegal meth lab. D. None of the above. Correct answer is A. As mutually agreed on consideration between the parties, pool cleaning services worth $100 are provided by the optionee to the optioner. Consideration in an option contract may be a nominal amount or in the form of goods and services, but it must actually pass to the optioner for the option contract to be enforceable. An unlawful object will render an option, or any other kind of contract, void.